They only allow 40,000 into tiny Nippert Stadium.
They say nothing good in life comes easy.
You had to buy football tickets to get basketball tickets. And basketball is the hot ticket because Bob Huggins had the Bearcats rolling.
Program that was rumored to be disbanding about 15, 20 years ago after some huge losses.
They say the longer you have to wait for something, the more you'll appreciate it when that someday comes.
Caught! Touchdown, Armand Benz!
We thought the moment had arrived,
They are in the playoff.
only to find out the moment's been too big.
Hey, go to hell.
At the end of the day, it's a business.
Present day, nobody believes in this team.
Scott Satterfield, no answers at the moment.
But with this program, the best things have come when you least expect it.
Number one, let's go!
And the Bearcats are up 16-0 in South Bend.
Get any idea about this program? The Bearcats?
Welcome to the only Bearcats call-in show on YouTube. Coming at you live after every single game. This is Chatterbox Bearcats. Scott, Brendan, Royer, John Cunningham. I'm freaking sorry. I underestimated this program, this team, this fan base, this everything. We thought after the Nebraska game, when there were 80 yards of passing offense, that this thing was over. We thought it after Pittsburgh. We thought the pitchforks were out as soon as Louisville fans told us that Scott Satterfield stunk. But let me tell you, we've always believed deep down that Scott Satterfield is the guy. And on this day, this homecoming, beautiful day, it was actually kind of shitty in Cincinnati, but 41-20, the final score. The Bearcats control their own destiny for a Big 12 championship, a spot in Dallas, a spot in the playoffs. And soon enough, BYU will come to town for a chance to take down the Kings of the Big 12 and become the Kings of the Big 12. Houdini, any apologies you'd like to make?
I've been on the Scott train since day one, brother.
Day one, brother. We said he's a program guy.
He's a program guy. I liked him right off the jump because he talks like a football coach, man. And, you know, in hindsight, we're talking about a guy that had 2 seasons, and now it's his 3rd season. And we're dealing with Wes Miller in his 6th year, for example, in context. 3 seasons is – you should at least get 3 football seasons to see what you could do. And the guy shocked everybody. I mean, I was bullish on this team, as I always am, coming into the season. But to be sitting here at 7-1, 5-0 in the Big 12, nobody saw that coming, man. USA Today, those assholes over at USA Today picked us to finish dead last, 16th in the Big 12. Fire everybody at that company. I hope they're doing well. I hope they have, you know, maybe not fire them, but at least demote them. At least demote the writers at the USA Today poll that put us at 16th in the country, because this team is legitimately good, man. We didn't know for sure when you're playing, you know, UCF, Bowling Green, Kansas looks like they're a very average football team. But to the way that they're winning, man, like this is legit. This is not a fluke. We got a lot of studs on this football team, and you're seeing it, man. Like you don't accidentally land at 7-1 in a Power 4 conference. You just don't.
Eye test, man. Eye test. They're winning games, and their quarterback, Brendan Sorsby, with 2 more touchdowns today passing, no interceptions, and then also a rushing touchdown means that on the season, he now has 18 passing touchdowns. 18 passing touchdowns to just 1 interception. That is pretty good, I believe. And then on the ground, he's got some touchdowns as well. We'll give you the full stats coming up in just a bit. The questions we have on today's show: is Brendan Sorsby a legitimate Heisman candidate? You said the odds have been moving. What are we looking at now for value?
Plus 6,000 right now for Brendan Sorsby. Was plus 10,000 legitimately like an hour and a half ago. And let me just say this, Chuck, and this is not hyperbolic at all. I'm dead serious. Brendan Sorsby, I don't think there is and first off, had nothing crazy. He threw for 111 yards, ran the ball for 85 with a touchdown, threw 2 touchdown passes, 13 of 21. Not a crazy game by any means, but I'm serious when I say this. There is not a quarterback in the country right now that I'd rather have on my football team than Brendan Sorsby. Like Julian Sayin, Ty Simpson, Gunnar Stockton, Marcel Reed is somehow higher than him on the Heisman candidate list at Texas A&M. Makes absolutely no sense. Sorsby clears him in every statistical category you can look at. I think this guy is so above and beyond what I mean, we liked him last year. I think the guy's a technician, man. He's got 1 turnover on the season. That immensely helps your football team win games if you just don't throw the ball away. And he just hasn't done it. Like, Brendan Sorsby is truly that guy.
That dude, man. He is that dude. Sorry, Brandon Phillips, but your title has been relinquished. It is now that dude, Brendan Sorsby. BS. And he's not full of any BS. He's full of winning games. Bearcats 7-1. They win by 3 touchdowns. Cats got off to a great start. I'm going to be honest. Had a little boner. Little mistake. Thought the game started. It said on my ESPN app 4:00. Apparently it was 4:00 Eastern. I thought it was 4:00 Central Time. So we opened up the ESPN app about 3 minutes in, and the Cats were already on the board 7-0. And I will tell you, man, it is so enjoyable watching a team get better and better each week, because the last few years it's been the exact opposite. What were your initial thoughts from Baylor's comeback when they had pulled it from 24-0 to a 7-point game late in the fourth, or I guess midway through the fourth quarter? How were you feeling at that point?
Not good, Chuck. I was not feeling good at all. I was like, it seems like it's a consistent thing where we get a big lead and then throw, just start trying to run the clock game. Like, we kind of abandoned the pass. We didn't throw the ball much at all. And I love our rushing game. Don't get me wrong. But it seemed like we were playing not to lose, and it almost bit us in the ass, and we got a big turnover, some big stops on the defensive side. Like, our defense, man, we're talking about Sawyer Robertson leads the Big 12 in passing. I mean, the guy slings the football. I thought we were dead serious debating, is he going to throw for 500 yards against this defense? He threw for 137, man. Like, the defense, it was like night and day from what we've seen over the last few weeks. You got to give them credit, and they can't intercept a pass to save their lives unless it's a receiver playing quarterback, like at Oklahoma State. But those 2 turnovers, those forced fumbles were just massive. Like, this game was 41-20 final score, but as we know, it was a 1-possession game with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This thing could have got real ugly for us, and we'd be singing a different tune right now. But credit to the defense and credit to the offense for finishing the job too.
Yeah, it just shows a resilient football team that you're able to go up by that much, and then the offense stays off the field for legitimate 50 minutes real time. Brendan Sorsby, towards the end of the first half, got a little bit of rest. Then you had the intermission. Then Baylor goes on a long scoring drive. They don't get any of the 2-point conversions, so it's only 24-12 at that point instead of 24-14. But he was off the field for 50 minutes. He comes back on. Rusnak has been just a godsend for a program that cannot kick consistently over the years. Steven Rusnak doesn't miss, man. I mean, we said last year, Nathan Hawks was Justin Tucker. This guy actually is Justin Tucker. We got Sunday dudes. I saw Corleone projected 3rd round. Royer projected to be the 5th tight end off the board. Brendan Sorsby projected late round. And then Sunday himself, Sunday Golday, 2nd to 3rd round. So we got some Sunday dudes, and I think Rusnak may be one of them, man. He doesn't miss.
It is, you kind of forget about it in the grand scheme of things, like how important special teams and kicking is. Like, we have a great punting unit. We have an unbelievable field goal kicker. I mean, the guy hasn't missed a single kick. Like, when you're sitting there, and especially in college football, like you're thinking, a 42-yarder, like, that's difficult. It seems like it's a layup for this kid, man. He's hitting everything, and it's a godsend, man. Like you said, with the history of what we've seen on the special team side of the football at UC, and it's almost like basketball and free throw shooting. It's always been bad, and this kid just does not miss, man. He's electric as a kicker, and it changes the dynamic of everything, field position, everything. is massive. And I know Lily was sending us the stats. Like, we have the best starting field position as a defense in the country, number one in the country, because of our punter. We didn't see a lot of punts, and we haven't seen a lot of punts this year, but that's a huge weapon to have when you're starting a team always at their, 22-yard line and not your, their 45. Like, it's massive in the grand scheme of the game.
Sorsby has 6 rushing touchdowns on the season, to update that. So with his 18 passing touchdowns, he's got 24 touchdowns compared to just 1 interception. And that 1 interception was the play in the Nebraska game that decided that one, and is one of the few reasons why Cincinnati has 1 loss on the season. But I told Niehaus when he said season's over, week 1, Houdini. I said, no, it's not. And obviously it was hyperbolic, but I said we got the Big 12 in front of us, and thus far, Cats are rolling through the Big 12. Dante, do the roll, 41-20. Final score, Cats win. Today's episode is brought to you by Martino's on Vine, right on Short Vine, just steps from the University of Cincinnati. They got the best Stromboli. They got the 2-foot hoagies. They got Bearcats games on every TV, home or away. The menu, they got something for everyone. Wings, salads, pizzas, pastas, loaded fries, cold beers, Martino's on Vine, food that satisfies, vibes that fire up your day or night, all just around the corner from campus. Is there anything specifically that stuck out from this game that you wanted to talk about? One of the things that I had on my mind was the 4th down play late in the 4th quarter, where you're going for it at like the 35 or something along those lines. You don't get the first down. Baylor has a chance to tie it up. It was only a 7-point game at that point, and Scotty goes for it. Scotty gets it, and I think Scotty's gotten every 4th down this season. It's truly remarkable.
That player referencing Tawi Walker, they just gave him to it right up the gut, and he got stuffed probably 2 yards behind the first down marker. And that guy, I don't think we talk about the running game enough. I know Pryor actually leads the team in rushing, but Tawi Walker and Pryor too, I mean, just incredible. I mean, he got stuffed and just kept the play alive and was churning those feet. He didn't let his forearm go down on the ground. Because you're right, like that game, I mean, at 41-20, if you don't get that first down, like I don't know if we win this football game straight up. Like, that was such a pivotal moment. And, you're sitting there at 4th and 1. I credit to Scott for going for it, but you sure as hell don't kick that football. I know we got, the greatest field goal kicker in college history, but you have to, if you're a good team, you go for it. And we did. And Tawi Walker, man, like the breaking tackle ability that he has is so impressive. I thought we'd take a little bit of a step back from Corey Kiner last year. I think we're better on the ground. I really do, with the 1-2 punch of Pryor and Walker. It's incredible. I mean, what's the stat sheet for these guys? They went, we had Sorsby led the team in rushing because he's a legend, 85 yards. And then you had 19 carries for Tawi with 84, and Evan Pryor for 66 yards on 13 carries and a touchdown, man. Like,
they all had a touchdown.
The offense is just really good, and they didn't even play a great game. That's like the best part about this. Like, they made mistakes. They weren't as fluid as we've seen. Like I said, Sorsby threw for 111 yards. He won the game 41-20 against a Baylor team that I think is probably better than we give them credit for, sitting there at 2-3 in the Big 12. This team's good, man.
They're good, man. They're good. There was a handful of people, I would say the majority of people, about 9 weeks ago, when we posed the question, who are you more excited about? Who do you have more faith in? Sat Wes Miller, and people were still on the Wes Miller train. They said, no, like, Satterfield's not the guy. Just lose so we can get him out of town. We don't want to win 6 games, because at that point, maybe you go into next season with him. Like, we want to know that he's not our guy. And it was a weird hire. We've always said this. I kind of liked the hire originally, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, and then the more I watched the teams, I was like, But one of the things that they haven't done in the first 2 seasons that they've done this year is just great situational football, man. They've been so bad the first couple of seasons at just when they have situations to score or situations to go into a half cleanly or situations to pick up a football or intercept a football, whatever it may be. They have not done that. They've turned it over at inopportune times. They've given up big plays while not producing any explosive plays. And everything we were worried about has been completely opposite. He's recruited and retained one of the best offensive lines in the country. I mean, Brendan Sorsby has all day back there. He's brought in big time running backs. He's plucked, some of the best backups from Ohio State, which brings up, I mean, how damn good is Ohio State that we can go in and get their backups and they're dominating their way through the Big 12, beating the Bears by 21 at this point. So huge win for Cincy. Scott Satterfield has completely turned around the notion that he's a 7-5 coach. I mean, ironically, they still have the chance to go 7-5. The good news, we don't believe it. At this point, we believe this team is legit at Utah, Arizona, potentially de facto Big 12 championship with BYU at home, and then it's on the road at TCU. You win 3 of these games, with one of them being BYU, and I don't see how you don't have a spot in Arlington.
It's crazy to think about, but it's true, man. Like, they control their destiny right now. At Utah is truly going to be a massive test. I know that there's been some, they haven't probably looked up to what we thought they would be, the Utah Utes, but you're playing at Utah, one of the loudest stadiums in the Big 12 for sure. They're going to get after it that game. That's a huge test for us at Utah. And then you got, Arizona, BYU, and TCU. Like, it's still a lot of games that you can slip up in, but they've just taken care of business, man. Like, it's truly incredible. I'm honestly shocked. I thought maybe the ceiling for this team was 8 wins. I really did, and I thought that would be a really successful season. Right now, you're looking at double-digit regular season wins. You really are, and then dead serious. And the whole narrative with the media, the SEC bias thing, the hypothetical wins, the Big 12 with the NIL and everything that's happening, I truly believe that UC can compete with any team in the country. And I'm talking about, back when Sauce Gardner and Desmond Ridder were there, we played Alabama in that play, or Georgia in that playoff. Was it Georgia? No, it was Bama.
It was Georgia in the Peach Bowl, and we should have beaten Georgia. Bama, we didn't even score a touchdown. But
at that point, though, the odds were so against us with how loaded those rosters were. The parity right now is crazy. Like, I really think, and we saw it last year with Arizona State. I mean, they were a play away from playing in the national championship. The Big 12 needs a little bit more credit. Like, BYU should be like number 5 in the country. Like, we don't need these one-loss teams sitting in there. Like, the Big 12 is a legitimate contender, and I think UC can compete with any team.
Wait. Did you just skip all the games that Arizona State would have had to win and say transitive property? They beat Texas. Wasn't that the opening round?
Let me check my stats guy.
It was definitely the opening round.
The opening round. Transitive property, yes. They almost beat the team that almost beat the champion. It's that simple, Chuck. We know.
Fair enough. Did you
see, Chuck, though, just real quick, Dana Beers, Barstool?
I did not see anything from Dana Beers in the game. I'm guessing it was social media.
No, he came in. They brought him in to do a halftime field goal. He did it last year, I believe.
I saw that.
Completely shanked it.
Yeah.
He did it this year. He's got to be ashamed of himself. I got to be honest. I appreciate the marketing he's doing for the university, but you need to get in I don't care what you do. Go outside in your backyard and kick a football. The guy dribbled it 10 yards down the field. It's just an embarrassment. He's wearing the Skyline Chili onesie, which is a fantastic fit. Don't get me wrong. But Dana Beers, you're not listening, but if you are, figure it out, man. We cannot have you embarrassing the university like that ever again.
Yeah, I mean, find some turf somewhere. Put one of those orange holders on the ground. Let it fly. Come on now. You knew this was coming. That's the thing. He knew it was coming. He gets royalty treatment from the university, and he's seen a lot of losses, so it's nice that he's now seen some wins. It's so crazy how unsold I was, how unsold you were 7 weeks ago on this team, and how sold we are right now. And specifically for me, because you've always been a Sorsby apologist, entering the offseason, like I'll take all the blame that's thrown at me. Like I said, go out there and find someone that's just as good as Sorsby that can give you a fight because Satterfield doesn't want to go down with the ship. And if Sorsby's not good enough, we don't want to find out real time. And man, I mean, he was not this dude last year. I don't know if it was the weapons and the line around him, but we watched 12 games of Brendan Sorsby last year. This is a completely different dude. All the credit in the world.
Looking up his stats from last year, 2024, on the season, Brendan Sorsby threw 18 touchdowns. He's already hit that mark as of today in 7 picks on the entire season. The guy is playing out of his mind right now, man. And like I said, I mean, I've been a Sorsby apologist because he just has the tools, man.
He's
even better
he's always had moxie, and he's always been kind of a competitor. He's going to put his head down. He's not going to slide.
He's even better on the ground this year too.
Yeah.
I mean, that little fake handoff that he had, that read option. I mean, it
Sent
was
him to the
dirty.
hospital. Yeah, he was
dirty. I mean,
Cooked his
spin
ankle.
cycle, put him in a wheelchair. The guy's playing elite football. I mean, you're talking he's projected to put up 30 touchdowns and be responsible for like 40 on the ground too. He's going to throw some interceptions. Like, there's no way he's going to go the season with 1 pick. That's just damn near impossible. But when you protect the football and if the defense can play anywhere close to what they did tonight, you're going to be in really good shape, man. Like, I think they're going to be favored at Utah, which is a pretty wild thing to say. I think they're going to be favored like 2.5 at Utah.
The beautiful thing is, if you don't beat Utah on the road, I still think you probably control your own destiny. Now, it's tough to say because you got teams like Arizona State, and I don't know. I'll look at the Houston score in just a bit, but Texas Tech, you got 1-loss teams that can potentially make it interesting with tiebreakers and such. But BYU is the only other undefeated team. It's 5-0, 5-0. So technically, if you were to lose to Utah on the road, you still have a good shot if you went out. I don't think you can get there with a couple of losses, especially if one of those was to BYU. I think it'd be difficult, but that's still a possibility as well. And biggest thing is, if you go on the road and beat Utah, you really, really stand a great chance of making Dallas, because then it's Arizona at home. Don't sleepwalk. It's BYU. You can potentially lose that game and lose to TCU, because last I checked, it's 2 best conference records, right? We're not talking, we don't have any East and West, any Midwest and Central times. We don't have any of that. It's, hey, we may get a rematch with BYU if that scenario that I just said were to happen. And it's crazy to think about, man, because the hype was non-existent leading into the season. It was just blind faith and passion from our fan base. And now it's like, legitimately, we are beating the hell out of everyone.
Yeah, no, it's the eye test, man. Like, this team is legit. The offense is humming. I mean, Nick Saban calling he was calling him Brendan Sorley. Yeah, and I loved it. He's like, all right, here's Brendan Sorley. And they're getting national media attention now, and it's a great thing. It really is. And they're going to get even more. Like, if you go on the road and beat Utah, like, we're talking, they're going to be ranked like 8 in the country. It's crazy to think about. This has been so few and far between, especially, like I said, with the parity in the league in the overall college football. Like, I stand by it. I think they can compete with anybody in the country. Like, you think Texas or, Ohio State might be a little bit high as far as the talent level that they have, but outside of like Ohio State and Indiana, maybe, like, I truly think this team could beat anybody. And that's crazy to say. After you said we didn't have that much faith in Satterfield, was it because he won 8 games in his first 2 seasons? He was 8-16. Not a great record. That probably throws some fans off of the scent of, like, maybe this guy's a good football coach. But he's already eclipsed his win total last year, and we're talking, it's not even Halloween yet.
And bless to our unpaid intern who put 49-20 on the screen. That was last week's score. 41-20 final score. Bearcats win by 21 points. Utah is up next. You mentioned you think Utah is going to be underdogs in that game. I don't know, man. They're 5-2. Their 2 conference losses are to Texas Tech by 24 and to BYU on the road by 3. They've beaten Arizona State handedly. They've beat the hell out of West Virginia. They beat UCLA by 33 in their non-conference. Utah's the toughest test yet. Toughest task, all of that yet. No doubt about it. Question is, and we'll get to this on the midweek show as we start our deep dive scout, where do we hold the edge? What is Utah like personnel-wise? What scheme are they running? All those things. Eric Lilly, he's already in the lab. He's 14 beers deep at Martino's right now with a notepad in front of him, one of those yellow notepads, writing down things, getting ready for the midweek show. Niehaus was actually, he was backstage ready to join the program, calling in. And he just, I said, show hasn't started yet, brother. Stream set for 7 minutes, hop back in, and he's nowhere to be found. So everyone's having a great day in Clifton. It's homecoming. We've forgotten completely about the exhibition game because it doesn't matter. So on to the next one. We're on to Utah, baby.
It's a great time to be a UC fan, man. Probably playoff for the football team, most likely Final Four for the basketball team. Baseball does what baseball does. Bishel and the boys. And I'll tell you this, I was down tailgating in Clifton. It was electric, man. Like, it really was. The fans are coming out strong. When this team is good and they give you something to root for, the fans come out in droves. And I saw that today. So I'm really excited about what this team could do, man. I think the sky's the limit.
All right, so a couple things I wanted to get to that I thought were pretty interesting from the game today. A few things. First of all, the kneel that Cincinnati had to end the game was actually the first. Let me get the exact stat up. It broke a streak of consecutive red zone trips with a score that had gone back to last season. So every time UC had been in the red zone, they'd scored one way or another, and this kneel broke that streak. We're going to need to write to the Big 12 commissioner's office. I don't know who's in charge. I don't know if it's the same guy that Frank Magoo, the Vegas Butcher, called back in the day to tell them that that Iowa State, who was it? Iowa State someone, where he got the shot off in time. They actually changed the rule because it was so bad. It was like literally a second late. And we called the commissioner. We may have to call him about overruling this statistic because that's a great stat to have. And then credit to Tyson Veit, credit to defense. Just found out. I didn't know this. I'm sure Lilly did. But that was the number one passing attack in the offense. And they had 137 yards in the game today. So that's my final thought. Bearcats get a huge 3-touchdown win. Sorsby is a damn legend. Is he in the running for Heisman? We don't know, but 18 touchdowns, 6 on the ground. That's 24 total TDs and 1 interception. You got to be in the running with those statistics, I would think, especially if this team can find their way into the college football playoffs. Final thoughts.
No, nothing, Chuck. I got nothing to say. Can't wait to play Utah on the road, man. This team is fun. This team is fun to watch now. It's been a long time since we said that. This team is a fun football team to watch just as a fan. It's exciting. I can't wait to see what we do, man.
Marv Albert. Yes! What a win for the Bearcats. 41-20 on homecoming. Easy W. Wire to wire. Cats have never trailed. Since this Kansas game, UC's been a completely different team, just stepping on people's throats. And hopefully it happens next in Salt Lake City. This is Chatterbox Bearcats. Subscribe wherever you get your audio podcasts. We go live after the games on YouTube, basketball and football. We're feeling inspirational right now in the city of Cincinnati. Bearcats 7-1, tied with BYU atop the Big 12. We'll see you.